Here with more about what the Biden administration has in store for Israel and the Middle East, we turn to former diplomat and expert on Israel-U.S. relations, Nadav Tamir. Nadav, thanks so much for being with us now. In an op-ed by Ynet's Ben-Dror Yamini, Yamini says that Biden and Harris will be true Zionists in the White House. Do you agree?
Absolutely. They both have a long record of support for Israel, and so many years as vice president and senator, and also Kamala Harris in her career as a senator. There's a proven record of great support for Israel.
So what do you think Biden's main challenges, especially with respect to how Israel fits in, will be in the Middle East?
Well, he has a lot to do in the world in general, and the Middle East, unfortunately, is less of a priority than it used to have for America. It's not any longer the main energy resource for America, and most of the interventions in the Middle East were a catastrophe, whether it's Iraq or Libya or doing nothing in Syria. So the Americans want to do more in other places in the world. They want to deal with climate change. They have China. They have a lot of domestic challenges. But in terms of the Middle East, what they will try to do first is to get back to diplomacy with Iran in order to stop the ability of Iran to break to a bomb, to re-engage with the Palestinians and keep the two-state solution alive, even though, as the Secretary of State Blinken said, they're not going to have an immediate plan to get to negotiations. And they will try to use the regional developments in order to support their efforts towards Iran and towards the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
All right. Well, Iran aside, because I think that whether or not Iran agrees to the recent changes or in policy from the United States remains to be seen. But with respect to the Palestinian Authority, getting them back on board, do you see the Biden administration maybe rolling back some of the Trump-era policies, for example, reducing payments and imposing sanctions on the Palestinian Authority over payments to terrorists?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, the Palestinians are making an effort now to change their policies in terms of money to prisoners in a way that will enable the Biden administration to renew the support for the Palestinians. But some of the things that have nothing to do with the prisoners will be renewed. The U.S. aid, the support for UNRWA, probably a consulate in East Jerusalem, unless the Israeli government will create problems. Finding a formula for representation of the Palestinians in Washington, all of those things will be renewed, and they will try to reverse the positions and the actions of the Trump administration that were damaging the two-state solution and the relations of the U.S. with the moderate Palestinians.
All right, Nadav Tamir, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you.